out, guys? It's me here, Josh, and I am the Super Football Fan number 3 here. And today we'll be doing Season 2 of Episode 1 of the NFL 2023 to the 2024 prediction and picks. So, without further ado, let's begin with the first game of the season, the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Detroit Lions. All right, first game, we got the Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. For my prediction or pick for that game for the season opener, for the first game of the season, we'll start off with the prediction. The prediction I'm gonna go with is Kansas City because, well, you can see Kansas City has been pretty good recently. Despite, again, I'm not a Chiefs fan, but being handled. Their team has been pretty good. As for the pick, though, I'm going with the Lions because everyone thinks they can make it to the Super Bowl, and I think they will make it to the Super Bowl, and I think they'll make it in my honest opinion. And plus, I think they can probably somehow upset the Chiefs a little bit if we'll add it. But yeah, alrighty. Next up are the 1 o'clock games. We got a total of 8 matchups for week 1 for Sunday. The first matchup is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cleveland Browns. For my prediction or pick, I would say probably the Bengals, despite Joe Burrow out for a couple of the games. I still think the Bengals will do something good because since the Browns aren't really looking good, and I'll go with the pick too, just because the Bengals because again the Bengals have been looking pretty good from the last 2 seasons, and I do expect them to do well for this season. All right, next up is the Houston Texans versus the Baltimore Ravens, not Miami, the Baltimore Ravens at Baltimore on CBS. Prediction pick for that game, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens on both the prediction and picks because you can see Lamar Jackson out there who this is CJ Stroud's first regular season game. I do expect them to take their first L of the season, and I expect Lamar Jackson to do pretty well in his first game for the Ravens for this game. Just because they got some good tight ends, Mike Andrews, and some other good players. I do expect the Ravens to win this game. The next game we got is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Minnesota Vikings. Prediction and pick, easiest choice. I'm going with Minnesota. Because Tom Brady's gone for the Buccaneers, the Vikings are definitely going to win this game since they have really good offense. The only thing negative to them is they don't have David Cook anymore. So they'll just have to rely on a new running back, but they still have Justin Jefferson. Baker Mayfield is not going to even help you win your games, Buccaneer fans. So, yep. Next up, we got the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons at Atlanta on Fox. For my prediction or pick, for the prediction, I say Atlanta because, well, this is Bryce Young's first game as a Panther, and usually new quarterbacks aren't going to do well in the first couple of games since they're going to be they got to get used to the game. As for the pick, I'm going to go with the Panthers just because I do think Bryce Young looks like a pretty good quarterback and maybe potentially the next Patrick Mahomes. Next up, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Washington Commanders. Now, hear me out. I'm going with the Commanders on the prediction of pick, but the only real reason why I'm going with the Commanders, and the game's also on Fox, but the only real reason why I'm going with the Commanders is just because the Cardinals they don't have a really good quarterback, nor they're going to have a really good squad since people have been saying they're going to be an 0-17 team. I actually definitely agree because I do think they don't have a really good quarterback. They're not your second string quarterback isn't going to help you at all, especially against your Kobe Brissett as the hands of the Commanders quarterback. So Prediction pick goes to the Washington Commanders. Next up is the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Indianapolis Colts. This is going to be the same thing I said with the Arizona Cardinals versus the Washington Commanders. But only this time I'm going with Jacksonville for the predictional pick, because when you think about the Colts, they haven't really been doing a lot in the NFL, and this is definitely an easy prediction and pick. I'm going with the Jaguars. Sorry, Colts fans, but I think you're going to be struggling this year. Next up is the San Francisco 49ers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. For my predictional pick on that one, it's a bit of a hard choice to make for that one. I'm going to say I'm going to give this one to the prediction to the San Francisco 49ers, since they have pretty good defense. As for the pick, though, I'm going to also go with the 49ers on this one, because I like the defense. The Steelers are pretty cool, but I do prefer the 49ers defense. But yeah. And then finally, we got the last 1 o'clock game. We got the Tennessee Titans versus the New Orleans Saints. The Titans have been going downhill recently, while the Saints are going uphill with because the Buccaneers have not been doing pretty good from the last couple of seasons for the off season. For my predictional pick, I'm gonna say the Saints on both on the predictional pick, because the Titans have been kind of sluggish. I'm going with the Saints on both, just because they have pretty good defense, and despite losing Sean Payton, which we have now, they've been going not as a slump as of right now, and it's been not bad as of right now. And yep. All right, next up are the 4 o'clock to 4:25 games. We got a total of 5 games for the 4:05 to the 4:25 games. First up, we got the Las Vegas Raiders against us, the Denver Broncos. The Raiders have been new for this point, since they got Jimmy Garoppolo, but that's really all they got for new this year. We the only thing new for us is we got Sean Payton. Nathaniel Hackett's gone. For prediction I'll pick, I'm going to. Oh, actually, we don't even need to do the pick, because it's my team. For prediction, I think it's about time for Broncos fans saying we want to win for the Broncos. I'm going with the Broncos, just because. Obviously, I think the coaching job is better by Sean Payton. Josh McDaniels isn't going to do a lot for the Raiders, and I think the Broncos will take the W for this game. Sorry, Raiders, but I think the Broncos will win it. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles against the New England Patriots. That's going to be with Jim Nantz and Tony Romo on CBS. For the predictional pick, it's easy predictional pick. I'm going with the Eagles. They have great offense, great defense. Patriots don't have the best quarterback in sight. I'm going with the New England. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. Next up is the Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. For predictional pick, for that one, I'm going with for the prediction, I think Seattle will win that game, just because, well, LA has been kind of going downhill for the last couple of days. And considering how they lost Jalen Ramsey, they haven't really been doing a lot. As for the pick, I'm going with the Rams, because, again, the last 2 years been pretty good with the Rams with the Super Bowl run. So I'm going with the LA Rams for that game. Next up, we got the Miami Dolphins versus the Los Angeles Chargers at Los Angeles, California. For my predictional pick, I am going with the Chargers for the pick, just because the Chargers have been pretty cool. As for the prediction, I think Miami is going to win this game, just because I think Tua has been going pretty good. Since they got Tyreek Hill for wide receiver, they have a really good wide receiver. And then finally, we got the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears as the final 4:25 game. For my predictional pick, I'm going with the Chicago Bears, just because Jordan Love isn't going to be your best quarterback when it comes to mine for Green Bay. But yeah. But that's all the 4:25 games. Next is Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. Okay, so next up, we got Sunday Night Football. We got the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants at New York for Sunday Night Football. For prediction or pick, for the prediction, I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys. I know, don't like Cowboys, but the only reason is because they have a better string quarterback than Daniel Jones. As for the pick, of this for this NFL game, I'm going with the New York Giants just because I don't like the Cowboys, and maybe Dan Jones can do something. Hey, I mean, they can probably win the game by something. And then finally, we got the Monday Night Football game against the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets. For prediction and pick, for prediction, I'm going with Buffalo because I think Josh Allen will probably kick Aaron Rodgers' first game of the season. As for the pick, call me crazy, but I'm going with the Jets because I think Aaron Rodgers is pretty cool. He actually has been going pretty well. Well, he hasn't done anything good, but I do think he's going to start improving in New York. Despite old age, quarterbacks aren't going to do a lot to your team. But I'm going with the Jets for this one. For the pick. And that is it, folks. I hope you guys like this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm Josh, and I am the Super Football Fan number 3 here. And I'll talk to you guys in another. I'll see you guys with the first NFL prediction. With either week 2's prediction or pick, or the toast video for week 1. See you guys then. See ya. Adios.